The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right? The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right?
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
But I think the juxtaposition of that and the woman dancing in the shoe with the money flying at her, the juxtaposition of that versus some of the things that we've canceled recently, some of the things we have said are too dangerous to continue while we're talking about WAP, which stands for wet ass pussy, and she's got the bucket and the whole thing. Now again, I'm not saying that shouldn't be allowed. She's got a wet pussy. What are you going to do about it? So fine. But the strange way we deal with cancel culture, the strange way that the mainstream version of everything that we get is so out of whack with reality. So we took out Mr. Potato Head because he was a Mr. and now he's just Potato Head. He's got no gender, even though really his gender was only decided whether you put the mustache on him, although I'm pretty sure girls don't have mustaches now. And the point is that we get rid of all of these things and then we say, oh, but the woman with the leaking pussy and the bucket with the leaking pussy with the leaking pussy with the leaking pussy, but the woman with the leaking pussy and the bucket and the mop and the whole thing and the girl dancing in the shoe. That now again, I'm not saying that shouldn't be allowed. She's got a wet pussy. What are you going to do about it? The woman with the leaking pussy and the bucket and the mop and the whole thing and the girl dancing in the shoe. That
oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother here. Father, everybody comes in your grandmother here. Father comes in your grandmother. Comes in your grandmother here. Father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. Comes in your grandmother. Comes in your comes in your grandmother here. Everybody comes in your grandmother here. Father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. And they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person. They had a very bad original concept, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Somebody really messed up, and they had that is at the deal stand when they thought about it, because whoever
Get your words straight, Jack.
The reason the market is doing what it's doing is people are sitting at home getting the checks from the government, okay? And this fair share is a bullshit concept. It's just a way of attacking wealthy people, and I think it's inappropriate. We all got to work together and pull together.
$7 million for reef fish management. $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
Yep. He was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes. And I resent like hell.
Are you talking about
I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about
I don't know, Bo. I know Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It wasn't dishonorably.
Cocaine use, and he didn't have a job until you became vice president.
And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in and pull and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I love kids jumping on my lap.
Bad deal. Should have never been thought of.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt. They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here and that this institution made some hard choices.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Jeff. Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ. And he's like this, and we will, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And he's, this is on live television. Antifa exists. $7 million for reef fish management. $25 million to combat Asian carp. $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
Goddamn. God fucking son of a bitch and damn. Fuck. Whoa. Alright, folks, we are here. This is Above It Motherfucking All. This is the live show. This is the only show in the world. So bear with me, folks. Bear with me. I had an interesting evening. I'm drinking some covfefe at this current moment in time. I'm trying to overcome a caffeine addiction. And as a result, I'm drinking some covfefe. Alright, folks. I am here. We can start the show. Thank you, Jeffrey, for permission. Where's the bro? He is downstairs sleeping. He's one of those dumb motherfuckers that sleeps for like 15 hours a day and just wastes his whole life away. You know, it's kind of like... It triggers me, to be honest. Imagine sleeping 14, 15, 16 hours in a day. There's only 24 hours in a day. Could you imagine a scenario? And where that happens? I can't. Fuck him. He's a bitch. I'll try to get him up early at some point. My hair might look like shit. Look at me. Look at my hair. Look at my hair. Doesn't it look like shit? Right? Unbelievable. So my hair looks like shit. I look like shit. I am shit. I am the physical embodiment of shit. So yeah, again, today's show will probably be a little abbreviated. You know, not to say it's gonna, I'll probably just do an hour. You know, like back in the day, I used to just do an hour. Now I'm probably just gonna do an hour. I might do a Sunday Run Day today. It depends. I'm gonna try to think of some, like, co-op games I could play with my brother. So, I might do a Sunday Run Day. I'll have to think of some games. What kind of, like, I could play some PS1. I mean, it doesn't, I could maybe do some extended non-speedrunning stuff. But, you know, we'll get something. I'll get something. Maybe we can play, ooh. Let me write that down. Where's my cell phone? I'm gonna write this down. We'll see. But anyway, I'm having a good time. Hopefully you are having a good time. Because I'm having a good time. And me having a good time is indicative that you should be having a good time. Yeah. Hold the phone, folks. But yeah, so let me look into the news. We got some news, y'all. We got some motherfucking news. And this is not the news that I am referring to, but I want to
Everybody comes in your grandmother ear. Everybody comes in your grandmother ear.
I love that clip so much. Speaking of news. Let's see. I see some, I see elephant-related news. As you may know, I'm an elephant fan, so let's get into the news. This is from CNN, folks. Man arrested. That's not good. After taking his toddler into an elephant enclosure at San Diego Zoo. So I like elephants, folks. I'm an elephant fan. And, this is no good. You should not be bringing your toddlers into an elephant enclosure. Elephants are very nice. They're lovely and beautiful creatures. But elephants at zoos are enslaved. I personally think that we should abolish zoos. If humans want to go look at animals, I've got news for you. Go where the fucking animals are. Zoos, I think, are prisons. I think that they violate ethics and morals. But, you know, let's get into the story. A visitor at the San Diego Zoo was arrested on Friday shortly after his 2-year-old daughter, taking his 2-year-old daughter into an elephant enclosure, according to a press release from the San Diego Police Department. Jose Navarrete, 25, Is that offensive? I don't know. I mispronounce everyone's name on purpose. It's kind of like a motif. I don't know. I'm not trying to. Made it into the elephant enclosure with his daughter after passing multiple barriers. Imagine passing multiple barriers. That's incredible. Once the father and daughter were inside of the enclosure, the elephant noticed the pair, and started to trot towards them, according to the release. When Navarra tried to exit the enclosure with his 2-year-old, he dropped her, but was able to pick her up. There were no injuries to Navarrete, his daughter, or the elephant. I'm glad that the elephant is okay. The release said Navarrete was booked into the San Diego County Jail, according to police. He is charged with child cruelty and currently being held on a $100,000 bail. CNN was not able to determine if he has legal representation at this time and could not reach him for comment. Police said the investigation is ongoing. The elephant was probably just going to say hello. The elephant was probably just going to fucking, like, put their trunk on the kid's face and go like, boo! So, but anyway, definitely free the elephants as far as I'm concerned. There's a huge problem with elephants not being able to be healthy in inclement weather. They need like a constant stream of good weather. And so it being cold in the winter is not good for elephants, folks. And what do you think they do? Give these people, and I refer to elephants as people, do you think they give these people like giant heating domes in the winter? No! They torture them. So, I love elephants, and elephants love you, folks. But definitely do not take your child, unsupervised. The key word here is unsupervised. Do not take your child unsupervised around a caged, imprisoned elephant, because a lot of them can get upset very easily because their whole lives are pain and suffering. So, there you go. Elephant. Kentucky Fried Comrade, are you talking to me? I love fake beef because I'm a vegetarian. The great Mahout, leader of all the elephants, and you will return soon. I hope so. The biologists that work at the zoos, yeah, the people that work for the zoos, they tell us the zoos are great. That guy that works at the zoo and gets paid by the zoo and works with the zoo people tells me the zoo is great. Those prison guards over there, man, they're like, yo, this prison is fucking awesome, bro. We gotta get argue enough to get on Progressive Voice. Okay, y'all, let's strategy session. How do we get Progressive Voice to make a video about me and another person fighting? What do I need to do? What needs to happen for that little fucker to make a video about me? What do I need to get? Do I need to get like Jimmy Dore to respond to me on Twitter or something? Like what should I be? What is the angle I should be playing here? So I will admit that taking care of fish is also a lot easier than elephants. I love elephants. Hello, Montauk 6. Expose. Low energy. I know. I'm low energy today, I'm sorry. You gotta get someone to respond. Please respond! I've seen zoos that try and fail hard with elephants. It's crazy. ASDM is a good zoo. In Arizona, the big mammals are free range in a natural habitat. I like elephants, folks. That's my whole thing. I don't really care about the zoo. I don't really care about this kid. Fuck the kid. I just wanted to read a story about elephants. Anyway, let's move on with. I'm just scrolling through Google News, folks. This is one of those like low effort shows where I'm just sitting here, man. I got high as a motherfucker last night. I was doing everything under the sun last night. I was watching fucking, movies last night. I stayed up late. I'm phoning it in, folks. I'm phoning it in. This is gonna be me. I gotta do a show one day where it's just like my cell phone on speaker. Like, just like laying on the fucking bed, right? With the fucking, like, just laying next to the microphone or something. I gotta do an episode one day where I literally phone it in, because that would be really funny. Why am I holding the phone? Anyway, woo! Let's look for some more news. Woo! Kentucky Fried Comrade. I fell asleep on Discord watching a movie with my podcast co-hosts. Wow, podcast co-hosts. Tell us more. No, I'm just fucking kidding. Don't tell us more, you fucking stupid prick. Oh, wait, what happened with Jimmy Dore calling Rubin a great journalist? Someone link me. Link me on Discord. Link me on Discord. Hold the phone, folks. Hold the fucking phone. Oh, no, this isn't real, man. There's no way this is real.
Article, it said they talked about Dave Rubin, and they said Dave Rubin, who has interviewed white nationalists, this and that, and Bob.
Yo. This is real. Okay, check this out, folks. Check this out. So, Jimothy Dum Dumbledore decided to have like a very interesting segment on his show where he seemingly praises Dave Rubin, of all people, Dave Rubin. And I want to remind everyone what Dave Rubin has been up to, David Rubin, over the last couple of days. This is what Dave Rubin.
But I think the juxtaposition of that and the woman dancing in the shoe with the money flying at her, the juxtaposition of that versus some of the things that we've canceled recently, some of the things we have said are too dangerous to continue.
Great journalist,
while
David
we're talking
Rubin,
about
folks.
WAP, which stands for wet ass pussy, and she's got the bucket and the whole thing. Now again, I'm not saying that shouldn't be allowed. She's got a wet pussy. What are you going to do about it? Yeah, so fine. But the strange way we deal with cancel culture, the strange way that the mainstream version of everything that we get is so out of whack with reality. So we took out Mr. Potato Head because he was a Mr. and now he's just Potato Head. He's got no gender, even though really his gender was only decided whether you put the mustache on him, although I'm pretty sure girls can have mustaches now. And the point is that we get rid of all of these things and then we say, oh, but the woman with the leaking pussy and the bucket and the mop and the whole thing and the girl dancing in the shoe, that's all okay.
The girl dancing in the shoe, folks. So I had to play that. I'm sorry. That clip, I will be using that clip like in my intro for like the rest of this show's lifetime. Like I will be fucking 63 years old and I will be playing that Dave Rubin clip. Anyway, so here we have Jimmy Dumbfuck Dore, apparently praising David Rubin for his great journalism.
So said they talked about Dave Rubin, and they said Dave Rubin, who has interviewed white nationalists, this and that, and Bob, and they named everything anti-this and anti-trans activists, and I go, yeah, he does an interview show. That's what, if you're a journalist, you know who you could say that about? Fucking Walter Cronkite. You could say that about anybody who's supposed to be doing interviews. They're supposed to be interviewing fucking people from all walks of life.
I love how fucking, what's this guy's name? Aaron Mate or whatever. This guy's just like, yup, Dave Rubin, I love that guy. He's so great.
Life. Phil Donahue. I grew up on Phil Donahue. I know who David Duke is because he was a regular on the fucking Phil Donahue show. This idea that interviewing people who are outrageous is wrong, people who are way out of line.
No one fucking, again, if you give an interview to David Duke and you go like, yo, David Duke, you're a piece of shit, what gives, bro? That's not the same as doing an interview with David Duke and saying, hey, David Duke, what did you have for breakfast today? Like, those are two different concepts, motherfucker. And so, like, the idea that it's a binary, like, it's either interviewing bad people is bad or interviewing bad people is good, and it's not dependent upon how you interview people, it just goes to show that this is the same fucking dumb fuck, shit fuck, motherfuck that interviewed a Boogaloo boy and gave him a praising interview, and then the guy was like, I don't even agree with Medicare for All, and Jimmy's like, well, we agree to disagree, and you're still a good person. And then, the moment after that Boogaloo interview was done, he brought someone from a fucking socialist union organization, right? And then yelled at him about how he's not really a socialist because he doesn't link up with Boogaloo boys, right? This is the guy right, that is like just spending all of his time promoting anti-trans people, right, with no pushback whatsoever, and of course is going to defend Dave Rubin of all people.
With you politically, that is crazy. Again, that is the establishment trying to control the narrative, and they're trying to keep you in your siloed away and fighting each other. That's all that is, and they're really ramping that up now because that's all they got.
And fucking
as soon as
Aaron's just like, yup. Oh yes, that's my role in this show, is to just nod and say, yup.
Class. As soon as the Americans realize that this is a class war and not a left-right war, the establishment is fucked, and they're coming closer to realizing that.
What the fuck, man? The guy's crazy. The guy's crazy. All right, so here's apparently a good Dave Rubin clip.
Because I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. And I agree. And I agree with you that I agree. I agree with you because I agree with that. I agree. Isn't it amazing? So obviously I agree. I agree.
So this is how you interview folks. You have white nationalists on your show and you just say, I agree over and over and over and over again. Oh, Jimmy Dore. What a fucking moron. That's really funny. Thank you for linking that. Wow, man. I mean, I told you this shit like months ago. I said Jimmy Dore is the Dave Rubin. Like, he's just the next iteration. You even have, like, look at this. Okay. We got the triangle of death here. Okay. Tulsi Gabbard. What is Tulsi Gabbard doing? She's going on all the right-wing talk shows. I emailed Tulsi Gabbard, said, you're welcome on Above It All for a challenging interview on trans stuff. Didn't get back to me. She hasn't responded. But Tulsi Gabbard's gonna go on Dave Rubin's motherfucking show. Tulsi Gabbard's gonna go on motherfucking other shows. Like, she went on Fox News all the time. Right? She's been doing this, like, right-wing media tour. Right? And now Jimmy Dore is doing the same thing. It's almost like if Jimmy Dore endorsed Tulsi, that they're in cahoots. Right? They're coordinating to boost right-wingers, and they're just trying to, like, use the Dave Rubin outline. Imagine a scenario where Dave Rubin, like, people are learning from Dave Rubin. Imagine looking at Dave Rubin, right? And you bring out the fucking notebook, right? Imagine, like, oh, let's go. So Dave Rubin is, like, imagine, like, that's you. That's what you do. That's like, your life. Imagine dedicating your life to being a Dave Rubin lookalike. Lord have mercy on my motherfucking soul, man. I can't with this bullshit. A lot of Jimmy Dore's guests actually disagree with him quite a bit. They're often just afraid to say anything. That's exactly the problem. That's a huge problem. Thank you for that comment, actually. A lot of people get on a platform and they're afraid to speak their mind. Does that mean they're bad people? Not necessarily. But, like, look at, like, all the forced to vote bullshit and how Jimmy was fucking literally, like, abusing people all the time on all of the shows, just yelling at people nonstop. Right? Like, this clip here, this famous fucking clip.
They're not accountable
right,
to anyone. I get 10 to 12 million views of...
Sorry, it's really loud. I'm sorry. I have to lower the volume because this fucking thing is... He's so loud. Anyway.
And they won't come out and address my
so look at all these people just, like, sitting here. Right, this guy's just, like, screaming at the fucking top of it for minutes on end. For minutes. Like, 5 minutes. Justin Jackson's just checking his phone. Everyone's just kind of chilling. Right? So, like, this is the thing that I'm talking about. Is that these people just get on the phone with Jimmy and clout chase him and then just be a yes man. It's like, yes, Jimmy. Yes, Jimmy. You said that's beautiful, Jimmy. What you said was so smart, Jimmy. Yes, Jimmy. Oh, yes, Jimmy. Please shout me out on your show tomorrow morning. Yes, Jimmy. Oh, yes, Jimmy. Oh, that was such a good point, Jimmy. Oh, that was great, Jimmy. Like, these people are all yes men fucking dickless motherfuckers. Like, I seriously, that's what they are. Like, they're fucking, all they do is get on the show and say, yes. 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 Now please shout me out. Yes. Now please link me in the description, Jimmy. Yes. Yes, please. I want some super chats on my rerun of this interview, Jimmy. Yes, please. Yes, Jimmy. Yes, please. Can I mention my Patreon, Jimmy? Oh, Jimmy, please. Am I allowed to mention my membership program? Jimmy, I have a book. Jimmy, please. Can I advertise my book on your show, Jimmy? Like, that's what these people are doing. They don't have any principles. They don't give a fuck about correcting the record. It's all about yes, Jimmy. That's all it is, motherfucker. It's embarrassing. It really is. It's embarrassing. But, hey, what are you gonna do? You gotta feed the fucking family, I guess. You say dickless like that's a bad thing. I want to be dickless. Well, I mean, I don't think these people do, so. It's about intent. Jimmy, a weird name for an adult. It reminds me of Jimmy Neutron, like the guy's a kid's show. I mean, he's about as intelligent as a kid's show. Actually, Jimmy Neutron's probably smarter than Jimmy Dore. Like, let's be honest. I mean, the guy's a boy genius after all, right? Folks. Max the dog. Can you see that goddamn dog? Can you see that goddamn dog? Max, has never met my brother before. And, so when he flew down, I guess, or when he flew over, I mean, I don't know, it's like a diagonal. When he flew over, Max was, like, very shocked. And he started, like, jumping on him and, like, woofing, and he actually like woofed the motherfucker. Max was like, "Row, row, row, row." Right, Max? Look, he's like, what the hell? What did I do? I'm sorry, buddy. But he was doing that, and he was woofing, he was having a good time. I love him. Look at him, he's got his hand on the fucking pillow. No, when this dog puts his head on the pillow, it's just amazing. Like, to me, it just symbolizes that animals are beautiful. Like, you just give an animal something that a human would do, and they do it, right? Like, it's amazing. I don't know if I can handle that one, Mr. Freak. But it's just like, he's got his head on the pillow, he's just laying down, he's a dog, and it's amazing. Scare the dog and your audience. I would love to. Anyway, let's talk about, let's see, scroll through some bullshit. Yo, motherfucking fine ass, motherfucking Stein. So, let's talk about the filibuster, folks. I got this article here. It's apparently from yesterday, but I'll try my best. Feinstein says Senate should analyze filibuster reform, giving a big boost to efforts. This is from Slate magazine. So this is a very... She's perplexed in this photograph. She doesn't know what's happening. Let's read. Senator Dianne Feinstein has been seen as one of the big supporters of the filibuster. Now she's making clear her mind could change, providing a big boost to Democrats who want to do away with the procedure that effectively requires most legislation to receive 60 votes in order to pass the Senate. I want to remind everyone, that the filibuster is not a submarine sandwich that you can purchase in the great city of Philadelphia, but is in fact a racist tool of the Senate to violate the Constitution. The Constitution lays out that the Senate is a majority rule body, so the filibuster is anti-constitutional garble that basically says any senator can send an email to the majority leader and then automatically the threshold is majority rule to 60 votes. All of a sudden, with the fucking, just all you need to do is send an email, and all of a sudden, the Constitution just, the Schmonstitution, right? That's what that is. So basically, it's just a tool that these people use to arbitrarily change the rules of the Senate, and this is their kind of big thing. They can't pass anything in the Senate without 60 votes, and as you know, it's 50-50, not 60-40. So, in order for them to basically pass anything in the motherfucking Senate, they need to do away with the filibuster, and that's kind of what this, I've been tracking this, because this is like, if they don't get the filibuster, like, wrecked, and they don't destroy it, and it's fucking, floating away in pieces, then the next 4 years are just shit. They're gonna be, nothing's gonna happen. The filibuster is basically going to dictate whether or not Biden can do literally anything. So, that's why it's so important. Who has blah blah blah. Feinstein, who has served in the Senate for nearly 3 decades, said late Friday that the shootings in Atlanta this week are pushing her to change her mind on whether she could be open to changing the way the filibuster works. If senators can't come together in a bipartisan manner on gun control legislation and voting rights, so this is pretty good. If that proves impossible and the Republicans continue to abuse the filibuster by requiring cloture votes, I'm open to changing the way the Senate filibuster rules are used, the California Democrat said in a statement. I don't want to turn away from the Senate traditions, but I also don't believe one party should be able to prevent votes on important bills by abusing the filibuster. So again, these aren't traditions. Traditions are bad, actually. Like, you know that tradition where we celebrate, like, you know, genocide and all that stuff? Oh yeah, Columbus Day is my favorite tradition. Thanksgiving is a beautiful tradition where we just, you know, like, these are, like, traditions are not a good thing, especially when they're used in racist and disgusting fashions. Again, the filibuster was originally intended to block civil rights legislation and to block black people from having the full legal right to vote. That was the original intention of the filibuster, so I want you to understand that. I don't care about reading the rest of this. It's just a bunch of garble. But anyway, so Dianne Feinstein's coming out for it. That's pretty good. And, love to see it. You know, I need some more fucking coffee, man. Ian, $5. We could get the Senate to eliminate the filibuster if we sold the idea as, hey, boomers, you should take away the millennials' turn to speak. Maybe. Maybe. Could be good. Is she going to remember that she changed her mind? That's actually a good fucking question. That's really good, actually. Like, genuinely, like, not a joke. Like, she might forget. Morning. Hello, Anastasia. What's up? The roof of my mouth is really itchy. Yo, I woke up dehydrated for like the first time in a long time. I'm normally really good with hydration. Reminder, folks, drink water. That's it. Waiting. Thank you. But I did not drink that much water last night. I should have had a full ass glass before bed, but I didn't because I was really kind of fucked up. And so I did not do that. And so I woke up dehydrated. My pee was like a golden yellow. It was kind of gross. I haven't had yellow pee in a long time. But anyway, so I felt like I couldn't move. I felt like I was dying. I felt like, you know, it was like and then I drank a whole ass, you know, liter of water. I drank a whole liter of water in a single sitting, and I felt great. And now that water is starting to leave my system, so I'm going to need some more water very soon here. But I didn't bring any water. I just brought Covfefe, which I'm almost out of, so. I am now out of Covfefe, unfortunately. Drink water and lick the stream. God bless. I'm chewing Red Man loose leaf tobacco and coffee. Yuck. Sorry, Bunbelies. Can't endorse tobacco. I forgot this show started, Josh Kiss says. I forgot the goddamn show started. Woo! So I've got a question. And I would like anyone watching the VOD today, or tomorrow, whenever you watch it, to answer in the comments as well. And I would like everyone in the chat to answer. So, because my brother flew in, and I want to spend some time with him, I will probably be making my shows a little shorter than normal. And so my question is, normally I do, like, you know, 90 minutes to 2 hours a day. So because I might shorten the show for the next week or so to an hour, would y'all prefer that I started at 10:30 and go to 11:30? Is 10:30 to 11:30 preferable compared to 10 to 11 Eastern time? Is that, like, what do y'all think? Is it like, you know, because I normally start the stream at 10 and then go until I go. But if more people would prefer slightly later or something, I could do that for the next week. I'll probably just go with majority rule here. I'm just trying to find a way to make sure I get some more kofefe in the morning. Will I ever debate infrared? I don't know who that is. So yes, I'll debate anybody. Go tell him to come on my show. I mean, yes, I will debate anybody. But I don't know who that is. That's the problem. Is people have come in here and told me that that person exists, but beyond the fact that infrared is a person's username, I know nothing about them at all. Majority, aka mob rule. There's no filibuster in this goddamn stream, blood pillow motherfucker. You think there's a filibuster in this stream? You think there's a motherfucking filibuster in this stream? Well, in order to enact the filibuster, you know what you need to do?
In person, in my office, in Philadelphia. That's where they should be done.
Infrared is a tanky debate lord. Okay, sure, tell them to debate me, I guess. I'll debate anybody. So tell them to debate me, and it's easy. Let's do it. Yo, look at the part underneath my tongue. That's crazy. There's like that little thing there. What is that thing? Why does that thing exist? What is that? Like the little flap? I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, so how's everyone going? How we doing today? Can you gleek? What is that? Would you debate someone about whether or not Max is a good boy? That's actually not for debate, actually, to be honest with you. Look, he's got his head on the fucking pillow. He's got his head on the pillow. You should get that checked. I should. That's so you don't swallow your tongue. Could you imagine? Yo, sometimes when I scratch my eyeballs for like more than 30 seconds, I start to see like shapes. That's crazy, man. Gleek is spray that squirts out from under your tongue with practice. Yo, I should learn how to do that. $30 and I will gleek on you. I saw the infrared v Vouch debate and it was embarrassing. Maybe I'll watch it. Who have you debated? I mostly debate Trump supporters, but they don't come on my show as much as they used to. I wonder why! I wonder why all the Trumpers stopped wanting to debate me. What are you gonna do? This time I'm sure it's sepsis. Oh god. No. You're rubbing poop directly into your eyeballs. What on God's green earth? Ow. Help. Yeah, the holes. I don't know, man. It's kind of like, you know, the reverse elbow pads. Like if I were to be a skateboarder, right? Like this is the cool stuff. Yeah, sure, the washing machine just ruined my shirt, but whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm like fucking Hawk Tony. You know what I'm saying? I got the reverse elbow pad, so it's pretty cool. The filibuster is actually a sex position. Okay. They're preparing for the next date that Q tells them Trump is going to be president. Maybe they need to come on my show and talk about that. Why would someone practice to get good at gleeking? What am I missing? It's probably a sexual thing. You're so extreme that you don't need elbow pads. Exactly. I'm a skater. I could teach you to ollie. I would appreciate that, actually. You know who else is a skater? Self-identified?
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
Cloud, so we can spray enzymes on our food before we eat it. I love enzymes. All right, let me look for like at least one more story here. I'm looking through Google News. I mean, Google News does not have much. Miami Beach uses SWAT teams to clear wild spring breakers. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh. Oh, Lord. What on God's great earth? Should I read this? Alright, folks. Jordan Peterson crying to Bernie Sanders, telling him to start up a business if he's concerned about Is that real? Because maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. Something was supposed to happen yesterday, according to Q. Is Q, like, hasn't Q stopped posting? Like, what's the scoop there? Anyway, folks, let's get into the news. So, according to the New York Post, and we all know that they're very serious, Miami Beach police use SWAT teams to clear wild spring breakers, defying COVID curfew. And as you can see, the police are also defying the rules and regulations, but hey, whatever. Miami Beach police use SWAT teams to try to enforce its emergency curfew against out-of-control spring breakers, also sparking a wild stampede by firing pepper balls, according to police reports and videos. Videos on social media and local media showed thousands of partiers defying both the COVID-19 pandemic and the Florida beach town's curfew after it started 8 p.m. Saturday. This is one of those things where both sides are fucking garbage, so it's just kind of like, it's just one of those, like, showed women twerking atop cars long after the curfew was supposedly enforced. At least one woman climbed to the top of a police vehicle to dance provocatively, the Miami Herald noted. That's incredible. Police ultimately fired pepper balls at the crowd, the Daily Beast said, with wild videos showing a mad stampede in the still packed crowd. Is that something I can click? Lord have mercy. So I just want to say, obviously, going out and being a reckless dumb bitch at what is supposed to be the tail end of this pandemic is disgusting. All these people that are out there at this spring break party are dumb, low IQ, dunderhead morons. And I think that they should be personally charged with being responsible for the deaths of hundreds of people that could possibly die because they're trying to infect and kill a bunch of elderly and immunocompromised people that haven't been fully vaccinated, especially not in the state of Florida. So this is just reckless and dumb. All these people are bad. Now, that being said, to enforce these restrictions with police is also bad because the police are not your friends. They are going to make things worse. They are going to escalate tensions. They are going to make people transmit diseases more frequently. They are bad people. If you actually wanted to restrict people properly, what you would do is provide people payment to stay at home. This is the problem that we've dealt with. If people got paid $2,000 a month to stay at home, provided they did stay at home, you know what they would do? They would stay at fucking home. If you provided people safe places to have parties or whatever, they would probably do that. If you gave people actual, like, guidelines and rules and regulations that made sense and were easily followable and everyone knew the rules and regulations and why they were being followed, we would have a better situation. But the United States has done such a poor job with this pandemic. No one knows the rules. The CDC is now trying to say 3 feet is okay and 6 feet isn't required. This is a disaster, man. This whole thing is a disaster. All sides of it are a disaster. People need to stay the fuck home. People need to not shoot pepper balls at other human beings. And people need to just chill the fuck out. If we chill the fuck out and ride out the rest of the year, we'll be fine by next year, motherfucker. And this is the same thing that would have happened last year. If we would have chilled the fuck out and rode this thing, we would be fine right now. But these are the same dumb motherfuckers that went out last spring break and did the same thing and caused giant outbreaks all across the fucking country. These people are garbage, right? The cops are garbage. And just the whole country, the whole culture that we have is garbage. So I just wanted to say that. Yeah, that's right. I'm a triggered boomer now. The kids these days. The kids these days. Can you believe them? Can you believe them? I can't. I can't. But either way, it's again one of those stories where all sides are kind of stupid. So it's just kind of fun. But you know, what are you gonna do? But they haven't had a chance to party since the last dumb spring break, aside from every weekend in bars. Oh my god. Play the seal video. I don't know if the seal video is something we should share with the audience. I feel like that's something that people need to find on their own, like a spirit quest. Yeah, cops are garbage. The cops are always looking for an excuse to just fuck people over for no reason. Which is why you shouldn't give it to them. Unless you're doing something for, like, actual. Like, you know, if you're actually doing something that makes any sort of, like, that matters in any capacity. But if you're going out there getting drunk and then saying, woo, spring break! I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't buy it. Oh shit, Jordan Peterson is alive. Damn. I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the gray. Musical note, musical note, musical note. Thank you. One of the best pop songs ever written. Thank you. Bob. Thank you. Hello, Bob. Next you're going to trip going upstairs. I often trip going upstairs. That's not a joke. Last night I tripped going upstairs. Like, taking a note from my favorite president. But speaking of my favorite president,
we hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by the you know the thing.
Love it. So yeah, this show is basically over, folks. I would like to say thank you for watching the program. I appreciate all of those who showed up. Does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns, anything they want to say in the chat? Later, I'm going to try to convince my brother to do a co-op game for Sunday Run Day. So, we'll see. I have to, like, think of something that's co-opable, that's speedrunnable. And I can come up with a few, but I don't want to give anyone false hope, so we'll see how this goes. And the thing is, I've got this microphone that, you know, we could, you know. The problem is, like, with audio, like, I don't know, we might be in a situation where, like, he can't hear the game, which is, slightly problematic, but unless, I don't know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Anyway, I would like to say thank you, but I won't, because you motherfuckers haven't liked the stream. Yes, I agree, only 26 likes, that's unbelievable. So, yeah, I might, again, let me know, did I read my comments? Not yet, Bodan, but I will. I was busy yesterday doing a lot of shit, so, but I will. I try to read all my comments, so I got you, don't worry. But, so if you want me to start the stream at 10:30 to 11:30, let me know. Like, feel free to, like, leave a comment after this live stream is over, if you have a preference. That way I can, like, maybe do some counting or whatever. But, yeah, so, if you want me to stream it start the stream a little later, because the stream will be a little shorter, and that way it's, like, goes to just let me know. Halo is co-opable, yeah, but not on PC. At least I don't think it is. I almost never like videos, but I like yours. Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah. So again, thank you for watching, folks. I will see y'all later. And yeah, that's yes. Yes. Yes, folks. Yes, that's happening.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ. Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
It was an amazing phone call I made. 40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan. And it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room.
Who are you worried about? I'll tell you who I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fact that our workers are seeing a decline in their standard of living. They want to see our industry be rebuilt. That's what they want to see. No more B-2 bombers. No more Star Wars. Let's make the quality products we need. Let's invest in American industry. No, I won't yield.
Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your. Everybody comes in your. Everybody comes in your. Everybody comes in your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
We've ended the war on American energy. We were in war. And we've ended the war on beautiful, clean coal. Antifa exists.